Alrighty, let's see where we can go with this new daily pattern. Today's pattern is called Quirly, Q-U-I-R-L-Y. It is a pattern by, oh, I'm going to butcher this name. Let's see. I'll let you read it. Yeah, I wasn't going to get that name right, so we'll just give credit where credit's due. Remember that I'm getting these patterns at patterncollections.com under the daily pattern focus section. Apparently this one is a relatively simple one. You start with a dot, make a bit of a spiral, come up, add a couple of antenna-like pieces, then come over and add a couple more antenna-like pieces, and then add to it, and just keep going around until you have as much as you want. It's whatever you feel like doing. And it looks like an interesting tangle. I've never seen one like that before. We'll see what I can do with it. See how we can play. Oops, I forgot to grab paper. Paper would be good, huh? Okay. Oh, look, it's rainbow time of the day. Okay, so we start with a dot. And we make ourselves a little bit of a spiral. And then from that spiral, we come up and make a little bit of that. And, oh, I'm going the opposite direction, so I will make them go the other way. So then we go kind of this way and up like that, and then kind of this way and up like that, and just keep adding on however we feel led. That's what I'm assuming that you do. You just kind of do what you feel like you know you need to do here. I think I need to do some going the other way. I have a little catch there on my page. That's weird. Okay. And maybe I can go behind. Can I go behind? Sure. Why not? It's my tangle. I can do whatever I want with it. I'm just going to keep growing it because this looks like fun and I'm enjoying myself. I'm just continuing to follow kind of around as I see it growing. It just seems to be growing all organically on its own. And you just kind of fill as you see the need to do. I'm not even really thinking. I'm just doing. I'm just letting it happen. And this is so much fun. Wow. It's just organically doing what it decides it's going to do. Is it done? Is it telling me it's done? I think it is. Maybe not. Yeah, that's... I don't know. That's really quite interesting. I'm wondering if shading will just like bring it to life. Very, very interesting pattern. That was quick. It was easy, and it was fun. Wow. All right, Quirly. You know, I love finding these new tangles that I've never done before, and just it's exciting to see the ones that really speak to my heart and to yeah, this one's good. Oh, I like this one. Okay, so let's give it some dimension here. The sample shows it shaded like that, so I'm going to kind of go with that as my clue as to how to try to shade this. It's going to go right in here, and I'm just going to put a little pencil. You know, I'm going to zoom in so you can see. I'm not going to put a lot of pencil. I am just going to put just the littlest bit right against the line that I did, sort of as on the inside of my loop. But I'm going to just kind of follow that natural pattern that happened, and I'm just doing just the littlest bit of pencil as I can. Now this one is overlapping here. It's coming out in front of that spot. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of extra dark right there. And I'm going to do that here. I'm not going to do that on all of them. I think I'm just going to do that. This is just kind of how it feels like it needs to be shaded. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong to this, or if it even needs shading, but I'm just going to do this and see what happens. But I feel like it needs shading. Like that one is coming across there, and I feel like that needs to be defined where they overlapped. This one too. I'm just doing the ones that overlapped. I guess I could zoom back out again. You don't have to be this close to me. And I'm afraid I'm going to go off the page here. Go out of screen if I'm this close. But let me just finish putting the pencil down. Do it on all of those. Okay. See how I've just barely got any pencil on there? You almost can't see it, which is why I zoomed way in. And I'm going to zoom back out. Oops, no correction. So I have the whole thing on my screen. And then I'm going to just take my blending stump, and I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way out. I'm going to go ahead and put a little right there. And I'm just going to blend just a little bit of that. Just soft. Keep turning your tile so that you're not sticking your hand in your graphite. You're not smudging where you don't want to smudge. Oh yeah, that's good. Oops, I missed a little bit right there. Where that one is overlap. But this just sort of has a life of its own, doesn't it? Just a soft, not a natural sort of a shade. Just doing that where it overlaps. Does it need anything else? I don't think so. Suppose I could on these outside ones, kind of like on the outside of this little, feels like a sort of a snail-like amoeba-y thing, but it's got all these tendrils sticking out here, and I feel like you could, I'm gonna try it and see, you could make like a drop shadow, just a tiny, tiny bit, but you have to be careful not to overdo. Do it on all of them. I'm going to start with that and just see what that does, and if I like it. This, you have to be super careful not to overblend and to make it too. You want just the slightest bit when you're doing these kind of drop shadows, just the slightest bit of blend to blur it, but you don't want to lose the definition of your shadow like that. Does that look interesting? Yeah, I guess it does. Okay, I'm going to continue with that and see. On this side, it's going to be over here. On this other side, it's actually probably going to, the light's going to shift. No, it's not going to shift, but it has to be on. You can't just keep turning your page, or your thing will be on the wrong side. It has to be on this side. So just ever the slightest, make sure they're anchored. Make sure those shadows are anchored. Otherwise they don't make sense. Let's see. Now on this one, let me go this way. Just the slightest shadows. They're not very pronounced. But it gives it that illusion that these little tendrils on the outside are kind of sticking up from the page, that they're not flat. You don't want, I'm hardly putting any pencil down at all, just the slightest little bit. Like that. Okay, let's try that and see what I get. I really do need to clean the end of this stump. I thought I had another one that was thinner, but maybe not. Next time I go to the store, I'm going to get myself fresh packages of blending stumps so I can have the thinner one. I actually like the thinner one better, but that with me, so not sure that one's shaded right. It's not. That one's going the wrong direction. This one here should not be on top, it should be on the bottom. Like that. It's almost too much pencil. If you have too much pencil and you have a kneaded eraser, I don't need to get rid of the whole line because the line is fine. I just have a little bit darker than I want. I can just slightly press just like that, and it just lifts a tiny little bit of it. So if you accidentally put more down than you had anticipated, you can always pull it off that way. Oops, this one's missing one. Oh, because it's on the interior. That's why. I decided that's the exterior starting there. only doing the outside ones, not all the ones on the inside. I'll turn that so I'm not getting my hand in the pencil. Keep my hand off the tile as much as possible. There we go. Well, that's fun. Well, you can see those drop shadows, but I like that. That's cute. This was a fun little tangle. I enjoyed myself. Wow, I feel like the day should be longer somehow. Alrighty, you guys enjoy this one. I hope you use it in your work and show it to us on the Facebook page. Make sure you're going to Tangle It Pattern Club on Facebook and sharing your work. Thanks everybody. Bye.